What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you guys with another Atlanta Falcons video. I do want to give you guys my 2022 record predictions for our Atlanta Falcons. As we know, this Sunday does kick off the Atlanta Falcons season. We'll be facing our arch rivals, the New Orleans Saints, at home at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I thought it would be no better time to go ahead and give you guys my record predictions. I did promise you guys record predictions after the preseason. So without further ado, I believe this season our Atlanta Falcons will go 10-7 on the season. I do think that that'll be good enough to at least get a wild card spot in the playoffs. But we'll see how things shake out in both the NFC South in our division, and also see how things shake out in the NFC. So there's no guarantees, but with them adding the additional playoff spot, I believe it was last season or 2 seasons ago, I can't remember at this point, I do think the Falcons have a chance or a shot at the playoffs. A couple of concerns that I have, just looking at the schedule for this season. I want to give you guys some pros and cons of why I think the Falcons will go 10-7. I guess I'll start off with the pros. The pros that I have for this Falcons team is I think that we'll be better running the football this season. Being that we added Marcus Mariota and we've added Desmond Ridder, 2 quarterbacks who are mobile, I really think that they fit Arthur Smith's offense a little bit better than a pocket quarterback like Matt Ryan. Even though Matt Ryan could move a little bit, he's not known as a mobile quarterback or a quarterback that's going to beat you with his legs. But both Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder are guys that can continue to move the chains with their legs. So I think having both Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder on this team makes this team lethal in the run game. I think we're going to be a lot better running the football just by default. Even if our running backs don't run the ball better than we ran it last year, being that you have 2 quarterbacks that are mobile, that automatically is going to make that running game better as far as yards per game and things of that nature. So I definitely think that that's one pro heading into the season. Another pro for this team is we have a lot more weapons, both on the wide receiver room, adding Drake London, adding Edwards from the Las Vegas Raiders, and adding Demir Bird in free agency. And then you still have Olamide Zaccheaus. I really think that wide receiver room has depth. You also have Cordero Hodge that made the team. So you have a lot more depth than we had last season at that position. And then in the in the running back room, you added Damian Williams. You still have CP returning, who signed an extension, who played really well last season. You added Tyler Algier from BYU, the rookie. So you have a lot more depth on this team in those skill position players. And I think they did a good job of building around Marcus Mariota, building around Desmond Ridder, giving these guys weapons at their disposal. Now, some of the cons that I have for this team and some things that I'm kind of worried about is how well can we play in games where we're behind. I know that this Falcons team is based upon, running the football and things of that nature and trying to control the tempo of the game. But what happens in these games where you get in a matchup where a team can jump out to a big lead on you? Are we going to be good enough to be able to get back into football games by being able to pass the ball? That's one of the concerns that I have, because we only got a brief glimpse of what our offense can do on the offensive side of things, because the starters didn't play a lot, both on offense and defense. We only got a small glimpse in the preseason. So some of the concerns I have is what happens when you go up against these guys that can put up points like the Rams, who we got in week 2. It's some concerns there where if they get out to a lead, are we going to be able to throw our way back into football games? Because playing that style that we play now, where you're running the football and everything is like off of play action, it's a lot of heavy sets, meaning it's a lot of double tight ends, a lot of offensive linemen, 2 running backs in the backfield, meaning a fullback and your running back. Are we going to be able to do the 4 wide, 5 wide receivers, 3 wide receiver sets in games where we get behind? So that's one of the concerns that I have, because last year Arthur Smith talked about it in a lot of his press conferences. It's like this game got out of hand and we weren't able to, throw. The team made us one-dimensional where we had to throw the football. And in those instances, our offensive line couldn't hold up in games where we had to try to throw our way back into the game. So that's one of the concerns that I have for this team. But I do like the direction that we're headed in as far as being physical in the trenches, because this year we play teams in the AFC North with the Bengals, the Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, all of those teams, and the Steelers. All of those teams are good in the trenches. They run the ball, and they're good. As far as the Bengals, they're good at throwing the ball as well. So they have really good trench play both on the offensive line and the defensive line in the AFC North. So it's going to really be a good litmus test to see how physical our Falcons are going to be able to be this season, and see if we've improved our physicality. And then we also play the NFC West teams, where you have the Seattle Seahawks, you have the 49ers, the Rams. So, and I'm missing one team, the Cardinals. So with those 4 teams in the NFC West, they've always had a pretty good division. The Seahawks kind of took a step back because of Russell Wilson going to the Denver Broncos. But other than the Seattle Seahawks, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Cardinals, those games should be extremely competitive. So with that being said, I just want to give you guys my thoughts on this 2022 record prediction and our schedule and things of that nature. But I say 10-7. This team should be able to win 3 more games than we won last year. With the guys that we added on this roster, I think this team should have a chance to definitely compete for the NFC South crown, and definitely compete for a playoff spot this year. But with that being said, this being your boy Jew. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share out this content. As I stated, the NFL season is upon us. I'm super excited for the season to kick off Thursday night with the Bills and the Rams. But you guys definitely know I'm looking forward to Sunday at 1 p.m. to see if our Falcons can get off on the right foot with a 1-0 start. But with that being said, this being your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace.